Hey guys, Dr. Brown with Kubo Math coming to you from Tarlac City, Philippines, and tonight we're doing Algebra 1, getting rid of the grouping symbols, namely these parentheses. How do we get rid of them? Okay, you know me, I'm a rules guy. We're going to use the distributive property to reach inside. And you know how this works. We're going to reach inside there. In this case, multiply A times B, which would give me AB. And then plus whatever the symbol is here. Well, depends on if this is negative or positive. But I have a positive times positive, so that gives me a positive. Then A times C gives me AC. So now the grouping symbol, the parentheses, is no longer there. So I have AB plus AC. Okay, now obviously if we were factoring and we had this, we would say, I have an A in both sides and then B plus C remaining. So I could regroup, and we do that sometimes when we're factoring. We go this way, but tonight we're going to look at going the opposite way and see what we can do. So let's take this as an example. We have 3 times the parentheses of 5x minus 4. Okay, following this rule, we're going to reach inside and say 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times the negative 4 is negative 12. Okay, what if this same problem and I had a negative out here? Okay, you're just distributing that negative 3 to the inside. So negative 3 times 5x gives me negative 15x because it's a negative times a positive is a negative. Now I have negative times negative, which is a positive. Negative 3 times negative 4 gives me a positive 12. So that would be an example of how to utilize the distributive property to get rid of the groupings. Okay, let me get these out of the way so we can use that as our workspace here. Okay, negative 7 times 2x, very similar to this one. Distribute that to the inside. Negative 7 times positive 2x equals negative 14x. Negative 7 times positive 1 gives me a negative 7. Very similar here, except I have a negative outside like I did here, but now a negative x minus 3. So minus x minus 3 in the parentheses, but still, you're just distributing whatever it happens to be. Negative times negative gives me a positive 6x. Negative 6 times negative x is positive 6x. Negative 6 times negative 3 is a positive 18. Negative times negative is positive. 6 times 3 is 18. Nothing big to that. Now then, let's start expanding some of the problems. We want to make it a little bit more challenging. I think what I'll do now is put these in a column and see if it will help us add them up. Okay, I have 4 times, well, first I'll put it in a row, then we'll do a column maybe with another one. 4 times 2x gives me 8x. Positive 4 times negative 1 gives me a minus 4. Now I have minus everything that goes on here. So I have to distribute the negative 5x inside, just like we did down here. So negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10. So you have to be careful when you're distributing the sign. Really watch that sign, because the negative said you're changing the sign basically of most everything inside. Okay, so now we can group terms. I have 8x minus 5x is 3x. Negative 4 plus 10 gives me a positive 6. Okay. Now you could, if you wanted to, as I mentioned earlier, 4 times 2x gives me 8x. 4 times a negative 1 gives me a minus 4. Now I can, if I put this in a column, you want to group like terms. So now minus 5x minus 10, or excuse me, plus 10. Negative 5 times negative 2 gives me a positive 10. So now 8x minus 5x gives me 3x. Negative 4 plus 10 gives me a plus 6. Okay? You could do it that way. Actually, I think when I first learned, it was difficult for me to add things in a row, add and subtract. I really needed to put it in a column because in the early years in school, that's the way it's done. And it actually makes sense, you know, to do that. The goal is to get the problem correct, understand the logic and get the correct answer in a logic systematic way. So if it helps you to put this in a column, by all means put it in a column. Matter of fact, let's do another one in a column. 2 times 4x gives me 8x. 2, we're distributing here. 2 times a positive 5 gives me plus 10. And then all of that is plus 8. So I have 8x, and there's no other x's here. That's 8x plus 18. Okay, so 8x plus 10 plus 8. All right. What about this one? We're distributing the 5 inside. 5 times 3x is 15x. I'll put this one in a row. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times a negative 1 is negative 2. So if you did put it in a column, it would be 15x plus 4x, and then I have plus 10 minus 2. So 15x plus 4x is 19x. Positive 10 minus 2 gives me a plus 8. Okay, not so bad there. Let's see what we have. All right, we have 10 times x plus 2 plus 7 times 3 minus 4x. All right, distribute the 10 inside. So 10 times x, 10x. 10 times a positive 2 is positive 20. Plus 7 times 3 is 21. Positive 7 times negative 4x gives me a minus 28x. So 10x plus 20, or minus 28x gives me then a minus 18x. Positive 20 plus 21 gives me 41. So if we put that in a column, 10x minus 28x plus 20 plus 21, that's what we would have. So we'd have a minus 18x plus 41. All right, we have one more, and that will do us for understanding how to use the distributive property to get rid of groupings. All right, so we have 8 times the parentheses of 2x minus 3 plus 9 times the parentheses of 4x minus 5. Whoa, that's a biggie. Plus 4 times 3x plus 7. Woo. Maybe we better put these in a column. All right, let's distribute to the inside. 8 times 2x is 16x. 8 times a negative 3 is minus 24. All right. Now then, we've got a positive 9 times 4x gives me a plus 36x. And then 9 times a negative 5 gives me minus 45 plus 4 times 3x, which is a positive 12x. And then 4 times a positive 7 gives me a plus 28. Okay, what do we got here? 12, 2 is 8, 9, 10, 14, 64x. Okay, now then, look at these. I've got a negative 24 and a positive 28, so I'm a positive 4. Positive 4 plus or minus 45 gives me a minus 41. 64x minus 41. That allowed us, using the distributive property, we distributed to the inside of all of these, multiplied that, being cautious to notice if we have to distribute this positive number or negative number to the inside. But again, it's positive times positive, or if you have a, like this was a positive times negative, which gave us this negative. If this had been negative, negative times negative would have been a positive. So just follow those same rules, the algebra rules. Study that video, okay? All right, this was using the distributive property to get rid of grouping symbols. Study, 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 okay? Why are we doing this? So that together we can build a better tomorrow and do that through math. That's all for now, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.